Hey everyone, this is Jamie, and today I wanted to talk about the trans community, specifically how ignorant we are towards one another, how we police each other, and it all started because I was scrolling for Reddit and I came across a post which was a Okay, I'm gonna clap. It was a post where a trans guy was saying that he was angry that people weren't dating him because he was trans, but at the same time, he didn't want to date trans women because he did not have a preference for, let's say, trans women in general. I think it was in general trans women rather than pre-op or post-op. And it felt very hypocritical to me. And in general, there's always been this discussion of preferences, that it's okay not to date trans people because of their genitalia. And in the end, we go back to the turf rhetoric. We are minimizing ourselves into just genitals, which is what turfs do, which is what homophobes do. So we ourselves are enabling that rhetoric, which is absolutely wrong, absolutely disgusting, and horrifying. And in that discussion, I saw that everyone was agreeing, besides one guy who called it out and said, you can't just this trans woman. And they were like, oh, trans women are bad, blah, 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 blah. Of course, we've all had our experiences. We all have our experiences which tell us to like go for like I don't know blondes instead of brunettes, but it should never be the demographic, you know? Like it's just weird. Like I've had friends which specifically like they like older woman or younger. You should be open to work. For instance, if you're attracted to women, you should be open to all women. Like, you shouldn't just be dating like black girls or white girls or Latin girls, Muslim girls. You should be dating anyone who catches your fancy. If you're interested in a woman, go date a woman. I understand that, of course, some people do prefer to date someone with a similar background, and we are very often attracted to people with similar backgrounds. Like, for instance, I can't deny that I feel more comfortable with my partner Lucas because we both grew up in Latin America. And maybe I should do a video at some point discussing everywhere I've been, but that's not the point. So yeah, you can bond over similar experiences, but you can't just cut people off like that. And I'm sorry, I keep looking to that aside because my dog's being cute. And it's not the first time I see this. I see this through all of the trans subreddits. And it's as if we have this need inside us to prove that we are worthy if we sleep with someone who is a cis guy. Or in my case, I had such a panic before I went on T, but that's because I was really, really not in my mind. Not in my right mind, sorry. And I wanted to sleep with several um, gay guys or bi guys. I was really going crazy because I felt like that would validate me because I'm poly. So I wanted like a few people to validate me. And that goes in par with my insecurities because I've always felt that I'm alone, that one person might not be enough. And it also goes into the my whole head discussion of am I really poly or is this just trauma speaking? But that's for me and my psychologist to find out. And I'll try not to drift from topic. So yeah, and in general, we should really be open to other people. And also, I find it very strange that the more I navigate through life, the more I see that sexuality is fluid. And you just fall in love with a person regardless, and you can't just limit yourself under no circumstances to just one thing. And there's no such thing as preference. It's You can have preference in food, but you should still be open-minded unless you have allergies, you know? And even then, it's just that we're in such a weird state in the world right now that you hear all these preferences and you're like, was this really your problem back when we could go outside? Happy Workers Day, everyone, by the way. Was this really your problem when you could go outside? And I see this a lot among straight guys, well, straight trans guys. But I also see it policed in the gay community as well, but I haven't experienced it that much. So a sample of like, I don't know, 2, 3 people is really small. And as time goes, the more I pass, the more I can get away with whatever the fuck I want. So that's quite good, and it gives me a perspective to judge. No, I'm kidding. It gives me a perspective to speak from when I wasn't passing, when I was middle, and when I started passing. So I can kind of like pick my brain and skip the right arguments for a certain period of time or whatever. And when we fetishize ourselves, we let other people fetishize us. Like that guy by going angry at one thing and then saying that he would never date a trans woman is fucked up. So I wanted to say that live a little. We're in really difficult times. And you should not downvote the only person who disagreed with you up to -15 and argue with them when you have the same issue. I'm sorry if you hear Portuguese noises, I hear them too. I hear them all the time. And yeah, and in general, there's a lot kind of going on with COVID and everyone's just going bonkers. So I think after all the situation, we need to reflect. We need to go back into society more loving, more accepting than we were before. And I don't think hate or ignorance is the answer. But hey, people are really stupid sometimes. I'm sorry. And ignorant. And of course, I can't wave a magic wand and say, um, that's that. It's not. So I wanted to say that if you do have a preference, you're fucked in the head. That's me. Happy Workers' Day.